I'd like to welcome everyone to our March 1st budget rollout meeting. We have a few special guests tonight that we would like to introduce prior to digging into the budget. First, we have two representatives from the middle school. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
I have one rep who's currently here and the other one who's on her way right now.
Well, then let's start with the speech team who won the state championship, and Dick Mullen is here to tell us a little bit about that.
So you say a few.
And Lisa Melanson, I'm sorry. We have a room full.
Yeah, you said a few. It's going to be more than a few. But we are so pleased that you've invited us here tonight to give us some recognition for the high achievement of our students. And so thank you so much for that. Although the students have made tremendous progress, it's always good to hear the echo come back to say, we appreciate what you're doing. So I've been the head coach this year. Lisa Melanson has been the assistant coach, so she is going to say a few words.
Okay. Thank you, Dick. I wanted to acknowledge the service of two essential volunteer coaches this season. It's their third season with us. Cindy Stephanus, here to my left, and David Campbell. Please stand. They have children that graduated from the system. Cindy maybe 3 years ago, and David, two daughters who graduated in 2004 and 2007, I think. And they've come back to give back to the system. I think it's just a lovely thing to do. As you can see, we have many students here tonight. 27, I think I counted. That's not our whole team. Our team numbers run close to 40. And without the work of these volunteers, each night at our weekly practices, we could not give the individualized attention that the categories of competition require. They also serve as judges on the Saturday meets, and as people know by now, those are long days. So they really, truly give up their time generously. So thank you again, Cindy and David.
So our program had its revitalization year 3 years ago. And what other program has students coming to knock on our doors to say, can we be a part of something? So we have had overwhelming response from the students and have tried to keep up with the numbers. And they even have ideas that they want it even bigger, because at present it's 40 students in the high school in this important academic activity, and more students are willing to join us. So let us put some names and faces here. If the students will come forward and stand behind us here. Come right ahead. Come right ahead. People keep asking me, what is the difference? You've taught for 50 years, what is the difference? I think when we were kids, we would charge into something. We were going to the army or something. They're very cautious in running into strange situations. Come right ahead. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Good. So we're going to call the events here, and they're going to go out here and introduce themselves briefly to you. We think in one sentence we can give you the idea of what's developed in this program. So in dramatic interpretation, please. We are going to charge, the charge of the Light Brigade. Go. Okay, here we go.
I'm Eliza Chester-Wiener. Hi, I'm Kelsey Fromm.
I'm Bruce Carpenter.
Okay, and with humorous interpretation.
No, you're going to stay right out there. Okay? Good. We are going to be an overwhelming force here in a few minutes. Good. This is humorous interpretation.
I'm Bruce Sisselman.
I'm Rachel Plant.
And in extemporaneous speaking, please.
Okay, and in prose.
Well, they're going to introduce themselves.
Hello, my name is Julia
is William McCarthy. I'm Brendan Stewart.
My name is Emily Muscat.
Reed Gavin.
Here we go.
For prose reading.
Don't they look great? Here we go.
I'm Sue Martell. I'm Madison Young. I am Colleen Howard. I'm Shannon Howard. I'm Amanda Barnett. I'm Lindsay Biddy-Coons. I'm Charlotte Reddy.
And in poetry,
Hi, I'm Sue Martell. I'm Madison Young. I'm Elizabeth Coughlin. I'm Melissa Stewart.
Great. And in storytelling.
now some people are going to begin moving around because they've done 2 or 3 events. So if you did work in this and step forward, you don't have to introduce yourself again though. Okay, here we go.
I'm Alexander Anna. I'm Sam Barnstead.
And in duo interpretation,
I'm Natalie Benson. I'm Colleen Howard.
And in ensemble.
ensemble is where they work in groups of 3 or 4 people.
I'm Hannah Allen.
Brian Nestor.
I'm Sasha Rosen.
And all the others have been in other events in original oratory.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Eisner. My name is Sophie Wynot. I'm 3 people.
And in oratorical declamation.
This is where they learn speeches by famous people through history.
I'm Peter Campbell.
And original works.
This is where they write their own material. And we give you a part of our speech team for the year 2010-2011. So the students will leave that way, except 2 are going to stay here and have a very quick a statement for you. So will you all leave that way except the 2 who are making the presentation? And as this should be, the last voice that we'll hear is the students, because our motto is giving youth voice. Julia, that will be you. You want to speak right? Or you want to speak from there? Yeah, go ahead and speak.
My name is Julia Hintlian, again, and this year I did a category called extemporaneous. Extemporaneous is a category that is somewhat separate from the rest of the categories in the speech team in that instead of having a prepared piece, extempors go into a speech meet with a knowledge of current world events. And we are asked a question, and we have 3 to 7 minutes to give an answer to that question about a current world event. And we have a half an hour to prepare for this 3 to 7 minute speech. We can bring in with us source material from the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, the Washington Post, et cetera, We're not allowed to access the internet. We have to quote 3 sources as well. I didn't really want to do this category at the beginning of the year because I didn't feel that I was prepared for it. Some of the questions I've gotten are, is Britain's economy headed out of its double-dip recession? And is the Ivory Coast going to overcome the instability that has rocked that part of the world for the past couple of months? So as you can see, these questions can be in-depth and hard to answer. But I've learned a lot from extemporaneous. I've learned to be more aware of current world issues, and I have learned, more importantly, how to argue. And this is invaluable. arguing skills are invaluable, and that is why I'm here tonight. Extemporaneous can only go so far. I can go in and give a speech, but at the end of the speech, the judge says thank you, and I walk out. I need someone now to argue back at me, and that is what a debate team would provide. And I think that a debate team could provide this for extemporaneous kids to go into, as well as for debate kids from the middle school to go into. And the last thought I want to leave you with about debate and about being able to debate is the idea that being able to debate the civil discourse is incredibly important. It shows that you're educated and that you are articulate. And this is people who are educated and articulate are the kinds of people I think that Cape Elizabeth High School wants to be putting out. Now, Chelsea, you want that?
In our society, learning has become just memorizing a textbook in preparation to copy those words verbatim onto the short answer portion of your next test or quiz. However, occasionally a teacher might do something to spice it up a bit, like role-playing or Jeopardy, or most recently for me, a debate. A couple weeks ago in world history class, we had a debate about the French Revolution, in which half of the class represented the French revolutionaries and the other half represented the nobles and the clergy. And I can honestly tell you that what I learned in that class period outweighs anything I have learned in the 900-page textbook.